When the month starts to near and the snow begins to fall, the colors of a special day will shine bright to all. It happens once a year, and a year all shall wait for the time to be merry and shun away all hate. This day has many names, but all imply the same thing: to spread joy and kindness and the heart of giving. Yes, indeed, the day is celebrated by worlds of whole, except for one lonely little soul. No one knows who this person was or how he came to be. He is just simply known as the phantom of reality. A soul with no form to ever call his own. In between worlds he resides, all alone. On the day before Christmas, all was quiet and still. The halls were empty, and the air was chilled. Alone he sat next to a cold fire, reading a holiday book to achieve some desire. Next to him was an invitation to a Christmas party for fun, but as usual he would shrug it off. Again, he would not come. He never liked parties, nor the sight of many at one place, for he sees such gatherings as a threat, even though he knows it is all for a good grace. He feels terrible for not coming to celebrate with his friends the joy of Christmas, but he would feel worse if he did come and show everyone how much of a burden he was. So alone he sits, reading a book to pass that time of year. But he is no longer reading it in calmness. He is reading it in fear. He paid no mind at first to what was written in this book, but after reading more and more, his whole existence shook. For everything that just happened, and what is happening now, all of it was being recorded. All of it was being written down. Yes, it is this particular poem, the one you are reading right now. I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, how? How is it possible that this book knows it all? It even knows how to break the fourth wall. Curious to know, he decided to see how precise this book can ever be. So he danced and shouted, acting like a typical clown. And yes, even that, this book has written it all down. He looked at the book and pondered to himself. Then he took the pen at the top of the shelf. He decided to erase the words that has already been cast to see if he could change any form of the past. But no matter what he does, they could not be erased. What has been done will always be done and can never be truly replaced. So instead he decides to write down his own form of literature to see if he can create his own desired future. Again to no avail, again disappointed, he smashed his pen at the cold fire, to which it burned, then vanished. He shouted, "Why? Why can't I change the past or future? Nothing I do will change, no matter how hard the endeavor." And the book continued on, noting down all what happened, but also decided to add more things not easily granted. To his shock, by what the previous line said, he looked closer to see what will be written ahead. Of course, you cannot change what has already been done, for they must be the pillars of the future waiting to come. As for the future, it cannot be truly defined by simply writing them down in worded lines. As he read the previous words, his anger grew even more. He never had this much hate on Christmas time before. "Then tell me, Mr. Book, how do you define the past, as well as the future, to make one's happiness last?" To define the past, just simply let it be. Learn to let it go, and soon you'll realize how much farther you can see. But don't look too far. You'll never reach a future that way, that's a vow. What better way to define your future than by focusing on what is happening now? These words echoed silently in his mind, and suddenly he felt a sense of inner calmness, one of a different kind. He looked at all what is around him, the empty halls and the silent night, to finally see once again the wonders of a Christmas light. You are not in the past nor in the future. You are here now, which means things can get better. Make the most out of now so that when it passes, it will be a memory so much sweeter, as well as opening many more doors to a brighter future. Remember these words and all will be well. You might even have a new story to tell. As the last page nears its end, the words formed out one last thing to say. No one should be alone on Christmas Day.